Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Limit Breakdown. I'm your host, Sid.
I'm Migs.
And today we're going to be doing our weekly roundup for the week ending in June 18th. So, Migs, let's start off with the box office numbers.
Box office numbers!
What are our top numbers of last week's box office?
All right, so the number one movie for last weekend was The Flash with $55.1 million.
Wow, that's pretty good. I was expecting a lot lower for that movie, but okay.
We'll get into that one. At number two, the new Disney Pixar release, Elemental, with $29.5 million.
Nice. I actually do really want to see that movie.
Coming in at number three is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, holding on strong with $27.8 million for its third week.
Cool. Nice. Pretty good.
At number four, Transformers Rise of the Beasts with $20 million.
Okay.
And then at number five, rounding out the top five, The Little Mermaid with $11.6 million.
Nice. Fair enough. Those are, okay, all movies that are pretty popular, especially The Little Mermaid. I'm surprised still going on strong, so cool.
Well, the box office numbers segue perfectly into our first topic, which is actually The Flash performing poorly according to the expectations. It is now currently the lowest grossing DC film ever released. Wonder why. Yeah. And there's been a lot of, other than the Ezra Miller already controversies going on with that. There's been a lot of criticism about how awful the CGI was during the film, to the point where the director has tried to defend the CGI by saying that it's supposed to look distorted because it's from Barry's perspective in the Speed Force or something along those lines. It was not the best, and
we're gonna do a full review of that movie to let you know our thoughts. But let's move on from that.
Speaking of the Flash's director, who is Andy Muschietti, James Gunn has said that he is actually going to be the one that's going to be directing the new Batman movie, Brave and the Bold. So part of his whole DC.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Oh, I follow.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Part of his whole DC reboot or whatever. So he's going to be the new Batman movie, which, spoiler alert, will not be George Clooney.
I was missing the nipple suit.
All right. Those bat nipples. Never leave home without them. Anyway, but yeah, he'll be directing The Brave and the Bold. Speaking of directors, also Chad Stahelski, the director of John Wick, John Wick Chapter 4, is supposedly in the works to direct a Ghost of Tsushima movie.
No way.
Yeah.
Nice. That would be really badass.
Yeah, so supposedly he's been in conversations with Sony since it is their IP, but he wants to take a very nuanced approach to the source material. He said the story was already cinematic as it was written.
Beautiful.
And he says it's going to be the most samurai movie ever.
Okay.
But I'm just excited about it. Did you ever play it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a phenomenal game.
It's one of the few games in the last 5 years that I 100%ed.
Yeah, it is such a beautiful game. Great game. Yeah. Phenomenal game.
Yeah. So I'm really, really excited about that.
Nice.
In that same vein, Amazon apparently has acquired the rights to do a God of War series. And it's going to be a TV series.
Now,
yes.
I'm gonna let you finish before I give you my thoughts.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be a God of War series, and they're going to pick it up basically at the beginning of the soft reboot that they did for the PS4. So basically, Kratos leaving Greece and going into the realm of Norse mythology.
Okay, so that was going to be my number one question: is what storyline are they going with? Are they going with the original storyline or the soft or the sequel storyline? That is a huge undertaking because God of War, including the original trilogy as well as the soft reboot with the Norse mythology, it is a very, very beloved game, both from like gamers and gamers that play for story, gamers that play for game aspect, and that is a huge, huge undertaking. Yeah,
so I found it particularly interesting because it's being produced by Amazon.
Yeah.
And, they recently spent a buttload of money on Lord of the Rings.
A billion with a B.
So
B for billion.
If anyone's got the budget to do that kind of story justice, because it's going to have to be massive too.
Wow. Well, speaking of remakes to making live action stuff, I have a bunch of new stuff coming out. I have a bunch new stuff came out this week.
Okay.
A lot of live action stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So the first look at Avatar: The Last Airbender Netflix adaptation. The first look came out this past week.
Okay.
So if you're Avatar fans, check it out.
I love Jake Sully, so. I know, I joke, I kid.
Moving on. So the first look of Avatar: The Last Airbender came out. Looks pretty nice. They haven't dropped an official trailer, but it was like a first look teaser type thing. Looks pretty good. The first trailer for the One Piece live action movie just dropped as well.
Okay.
So anyone that's an anime / One Piece fan, that trailer just dropped, and it's a Netflix. It's coming straight to Netflix.
Okay.
Now, most
is it a movie or is it a series?
It's a movie.
Okay.
So most Netflix adaptations, live action adaptations, suck, and I don't mean like most of them are bad. They're all bad. I don't think there's even one that's even good. So
the Death Note one was interesting.
Interesting is a nice word. So that just dropped. As of today's recording, Kraven the Hunter trailer just dropped.
Yeah, I saw it.
So, really?
Yeah.
I'm excited for Kraven the Hunter because
Did you see it?
Yeah. I like the actor, and I also like Kraven as a character.
Look, I like the look of God, I forget what his name is. Kick-Ass.
Yeah. Aaron Taylor
Johnson.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Okay, I like the look that he has. He looks like a good Kraven, but again, it's the same thing with Morbius and the same thing with Venom. Like, how do you propose to tell these stories when a huge part of the telling of these stories was their interaction with Spider-Man? And
I mean, I think they can play it off well, but you're right. We'll see. So currently, it looks like Sony's on a thing to make all the villains anti-heroes for Spider-Man, and my theory is they're going to make a Sinister Six.
Yeah, I mean that's
they're going to make their own. So they started with Venom, then Morbius, now Kraven. They're going to make a Sinister Six. And they're either going to introduce their own Spider-Man, or it's going to be something along those lines. So right now they're at 3 out of 6.
Well, out of all of the villains, I think
4 if the Vulture gets included.
Out of all the villains, Kraven the Hunter is honestly the most complex one. He is the one that is more of a anti-hero than anyone else.
Yeah. He's also the only one to beat Spider-Man.
Put an asterisk on that. but yeah, so that's pretty exciting.
So that's all the live action news that I have.
Okay. You totally stole my thunder. I was gonna talk about the trailer as well, but no, it's totally cool. It's fine. It's totally fine. There's been a bunch of other reports as far as Disney announcing sequels.
Okay.
So there's another car sequel coming. Disney announced Toy Story 5.
What?
Yeah. Yep. They're making a Toy Story 5.
I never saw 4.
Yeah.
Because I liked 3 so much. It was such a great ending to that trilogy, that storyline, I guess. And the way they ended it was so perfect. I was like, I'm happy for the rest of my life. And then they made 4, and I'm like, why? I've heard 4 is a good movie.
Yeah, I've heard good things about.
I've heard good things about it, but I just don't want to watch it because how it ended in my mind was so perfect.
Yeah.
And now they're making a 5.
Yeah. Well, apparently Disney Pixar is on this whole thing where they're gonna start making sequels for a bunch of their movies. So like another Incredibles, another probably another Finding Nemo, another Toy Story.
So do you have any more news? Because I have a rant. I actually have it. Like, I wrote down my rant.
Okay.
Do you have any more news before I go?
No.
All right. Here is my rant.
Okay.
Now, this is not targeted to Disney,
Mm-hmm.
though Disney has been doing this a lot more.
Okay.
I'm really tired of remakes. Remakes, reboots, and sequels for things that don't need any of those things. It seems, this includes songs as well. Linda pointed this out to me. If you notice now, songs, like, I understand sampling, but everybody's sampling and they're using old songs to make their own songs. And I'm like, just be original. Disney's on this thing where Disney itself is making all the live action of old Disney stuff, right? Because they're out of ideas. Pixar is making the newer content, right? But it's Disney Pixar. And every other show you see out there, like we just talked about, God of War video game being turned into a
live action series.
This being turned into a live action series. One Piece is an anime that got turned into live action. Avatar, which is a fantastic TV series, is now being turned into a live action TV series, which I'm excited for. But at the same time, I'm getting really tired of these remakes because it's like nobody has original ideas anymore. They're like, let's just take what's there, make it what I think is going to be better, and make money, which I understand at the end of the day, it's all about making money, and that's all that matters in Hollywood is, can you make money? That's it. But it's really annoying. Like, if they make, let's say Avatar, a live action series, but they're like, you know what? We're going to expand on the universe. I'd be cool with that. But just a flat remake, useless. Toy Story had a perfect ending. Now they're making a 5. Why? Just take that concept and make it into a separate movie. That's my rant. Remakes suck. Why are you remaking Lilo and Stitch?
The only thing I will add to it, I agree with you to a certain extent with the newer stuff. Like, we don't need a live action remake of Moana. It hasn't even been, it's been like 7 years, 8 years. Yeah. Lilo and Stitch, I can make an argument for.
Why? Why?
But again, you also have to realize too. I think whenever they're marketing this to like a broader audience, you know, we grew up watching a lot of the Disney animation and a lot of anime in general. So we've been more open to that. But there are, like, my brother Jerry, he does not like animation at all. So he won't watch anything that's animated. So he's more inclined to watch something like a live action series than he would.
Then make a live action series that's new and original. Oh my God.
But it's going to be new and original for how many people?
For everybody, since it's new and original for everybody.
No, but I'm saying, like, the live action adaptations are new and original for a broader audience. And I think that's one of the things. And to Disney's credit, and I'm not being a Disney fanboy here. To Disney's credit, I was very excited. I don't know if you saw the trailer when we went to see Guardians of the Galaxy, but there is a new Disney animated movie called Wish that's supposed to be coming out next year. And it is the first, like, traditional animation style movie that Disney's done in a long time.
That cartoon stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Surprised. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if it comes out at the end of this year or towards the beginning of next year. But I'm actually really, really excited about that, because I always wondered why they stopped making animated movies.
I know why. So the reason Disney stopped making animated movies because they had this idea where they wanted to be CGI, they wanted to be cutting edge new technology, right? When Pixar first started, they're like, we want to do what they did. The president of Disney at the time was like, these movies don't make enough, like animated movies don't make enough money. Let's go to CGI. So they tried with, I forgot the movie that they released. They released a movie, did not make enough money, and they're like, we're switching to CGI. And then they bought Pixar. Then when the new president, Bob Iger came in, he's like, nah, I'm going to pick up this project. We're going to try animated movies again. So cartoon movies. And then they made Princess and the Frog. And it did not make enough the money that they wanted, but the new Pixar movie that had come out at that time, I forgot. I can't remember if it was Finding Nemo or something else had come out by Pixar that made 10 times more money. And they're like, cool. Now we understand why it was dropped in the first place. And they completely switched gears and bought Pixar and went that direction because they're like, it doesn't make money.
Interesting. Well,
like I said, at the end of the day, it doesn't make money.
Well, I mean, we will have to see what the response is on that.
Fair enough.
But all right, that brings us to the end of our weekly roundup. Let us know if there's anything that we missed that you wanted us to talk about. Also, let us know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. Helps the algorithm, all that good jazz. We appreciate you guys. As always, stay tuned for more content, and we will catch you next time.